Welcome to second period, 10th grade literature and composition. I hope you are in the right place, room 2229 with me, Miss Nieves. I'm so sorry I'm not able to be there this evening. I have doctor's orders to stay far away from your students as I was out sick yesterday and today with a stomach bug. But I hope you will please take this survey using the QR code or the tiny URL so that I can see who came this evening and respond to any individual questions or concerns that you might have. I will return to this information at the end of the presentation. So who am I? My name is Bree Nieves, and this is my 4th year at Alpharetta High School. I am from the Alpharetta-Johns Creek area, having graduated from Chattahoochee High School. I then earned my bachelor's in English with a concentration in secondary English education and minored in sociology at Georgia State University, and then went right back to earn my master's in the art of teaching secondary English education from Georgia State. Around the school, I also co-coach varsity sideline cheer and advise the AHS newspaper, The Hook. My teaching philosophy centers around preparing students for the real world. Students won't always be in a literature or writing classroom. They'll have to prepare business proposals, write college essays for various disciplines, compose cover letters to persuade employers that they are the best candidate, and debate major issues of the day. So with this in mind, I work to develop lessons and activities and assignments that help develop those skills that students will need in college, career, and beyond. Here are the major course resources that you will need. First is my email address, nievesa@fultonschools.org. Second is my class website, and I recommend just focusing on the page that has our class plan book where I post all of the lessons and any homework daily. Furthermore, you can join Remind 101 by texting @Nieves102 to 81010 so that you too, along with your student, receive text message reminders about upcoming assignments and homework from me. Lastly, I use Schoology as our online learning platform that houses notes, resources, handouts, and allows for students to submit assignments as well. Please email me with your student's name if you would like the parent access code so that you can see your student's Schoology work. Here's the grade breakdown. Major assessments include summative tests, essays, and projects that are worth 50% of the grade. Minor assessments include homework, quizzes, and small writing assignments that are worth 30% of the grade. The final exam is worth 20% of the grade and will cover everything from the semester. Formative assessments do not go into the grade book because they do not affect the student's grades, but I will keep track of that for data collection purposes that inform my lesson planning and to also give valuable feedback for students to improve. So if you're ever wondering how your student is doing in my class or why your student may have scored what they did on a major assessment, I can give you that data to show what their feedback was and how they were scoring before the assignment occurred. Late major assessments are penalized 15% per day. After 5 days, it will no longer be accepted. Late minor assessments are penalized 25% if it is turned in late the next day. After that day, minor assessments are no longer accepted. I always tell students to do this, to turn in an assignment late rather than not turn it in at all, because a 75% is much better than a 0, and zeros tend to sink a student's grades and it becomes a hole that they can't dig themselves out of. If students are absent, they have the number of days that they were absent to turn in any makeup work, and they should arrange all of that makeup work with me, and they can do that with me before or after school or via email. RISE sessions are held on Mondays before and after school. I also allow for students to arrange to meet with me outside of RISE hours. If they wish to receive an individualized feedback or help, but they should give me 24 hours notice so that I can make sure I don't have another meeting scheduled. RISE is meant for students who have a 74 average or below to receive extra help or recover work, but all students are welcome to come to RISE. For students to be eligible for recovery, they must fail a major assessment that causes their average to drop below a 74%. Then they must complete and return in a recovery request form within 5 days of the failing grade being entered into home access. After that, they must attend one RISE session prior to the session that they recover or turn in the assignment. Recovery assignments can only earn a score of up to 74%. As for our curriculum, we began the year this year by focusing on identifying themes in short texts in order to establish the foundations for the writing skills that we will improve upon and assess all year long. The first major timed write is in home access now, and we will reflect on that piece of writing when I return in order to set writing goals to prepare for subsequent writing assignments, including the big writing assignment that's coming up with our first big unit. So currently we are reading Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, and we're about halfway through. With each chapter of the novel, students answer reading questions to improve comprehension, analysis, and writing skills that we work with. Once finished reading, we will read a short story that relates to the themes of the text and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to synthesize with the novel and examine human rights violations around the world and why it is important for all humans to have these civil rights. To end our semester, students will have the opportunity to choose a novel to read from around the world so that we can examine different perspectives and cultures to better understand our differences that bind us together in a global community. Next semester, we will read Lord of the Flies by William Golding as we examine chaos versus civilization and human nature. Then students will have another choice novel opportunity with novels that focus on a hero or heroine and how they gain that status through the hero's journey. Now, because I am very ill, and I'm sure flu season will be a doozy again this year, I am asking that if you are able and feeling charitable, that you donate boxes of tissues, hand sanitizer, Clorox sanitizing wipes, or paper towels so that I can try to make this classroom as germ-free as possible. We don't want me or our students missing any more valuable school days than we have to. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to email me at nievesa@fultonschools.org. Please visit my class website and discuss what is going on in class with your student. I have so enjoyed getting to know your students in these first few weeks. They are a delight. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and for supporting your student in their academic success. Here is that survey one more time. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.